Oh, wow. You get that anywhere near that, and it locks on for some odd reason. Right, let's let go of that. This has gone ridiculously wrong. Hello and welcome along and welcome back to No Man's Land. And what hopefully after 3 more videos than I was expecting to do on here is going to be our final one. The only job we have to do here today is to collect up these bales, get them loaded and get them sold. Once we've done that, what we're going to be doing is going through what we've got on the farm. We're going to pay off as much of the loan as we're able to, and then see how much money we've got left as far as value on the farm. So, for example, we're going to have a look at how much the land is worth, how much our buildings are worth, how much all of our equipment's worth, and we're going to see if we're able to get to a point where we can pay off the loan. So if what we've got would essentially pay off the loan if we sold it all, then we'll count that as a win. If not, if we find that actually there's not enough money here to pay everything off, then that won't be, which would be a sad end to this series. But as I said before, there's enough stuff here, there's land and everything to get the farm or keep the farm going. I think another year on here, and certainly there would be enough money to pay everything off, considering that we've earned what 83,000 in this year in all of our selling off. There should be plenty of money doing another year's worth on here. So I don't think this is far from making a whole load of money, and there is a crop in the ground as well, don't forget. So I think either way we've been successful on here, but it's whether we're successful as we finish or whether you guys would be successful going into another year on this map if you wanted to. And let's get this on here. I've got fairly decent, I think, at using this to put bales on trailers. I'm actually slightly amazed by that. I'm gonna get this done though in probably 3 trips today by the looks of this. I don't think it's going to be any quicker than that. We're going to go 2 sets of bales high each time. We get about 12 bales a time on here. If I can get more on here, I will do. But it's always fun trying to get as much as I can on this trailer. And normally, we don't get more than 6 bales a level on this trailer. So, I don't think we're going to manage more than that this time. Here we go. And push it in. Ever since somebody told me that that actually is done in real life, that the bales get positioned like that, it's just fantastic. I absolutely love that is a thing. Now, I could have bale spiked these to pick them up quicker, but basic rule I have for doing stuff with silage bales is if I'm using them for my own use and they're fermented, I will spike them. And I'll pick them up that way, because that is something that people do in real life. It is something that, or a way that farms work. Yeah, very much that. Oh, I forgot to lock those on before I started trying to move these in. Let's get that down and that down. And that way we won't cause anything to move about. And in. Probably been better coming from the back, but oh, we're fine. What was I saying? Nope, I've completely lost track of that line of thought. Let's grab this then. Yes, I know what I was saying. So, farms in real life do spike their bales to load them up and use them. I would spike silage bales in order to use them on my own farm. So if I was using these for feed or anything, I would happily use the bale spike on them to speed things up a little bit. But I think if I'm selling silage bales, I want to keep them as intact as possible. So that's why I am doing this way and trying to keep the integrity of the bales together. I mean, there's no difference between spiking these and using the grab in game, but as always, I like my bit of realism. Oh yeah, we get 7 on here because there's enough space to put 1 at the back, so we'll get that on as well. And so yeah, 14 bales at a time is going to take us a couple of runs to get done here. So what I'm going to do is going to get another level of bales on here, and then we'll go and sell these. And we are going to use, well, we're going to use the slower tractor to sell it. I could use this tractor, but I don't really want to keep disconnecting and reconnecting everything. So yeah, we'll do it that way. Final bale to go on this trailer, taking us up to 14 bales. I've had a quick count of the remaining bales, and we've got another 21 bales sitting there. So like we had with the potatoes, we've actually got 3.5 trailer fulls in total. Another problem we've got, all that beeping you can hear, that is because we're fairly low on fuel in both our tractors, in fact. So I think this one is, yep, also low on fuel. So hopefully we'll be able to get all this done without having to refuel them. Now this has a maximum speed of 15 as opposed to 25 that the other tractor has. So it's not going to be the speediest way of transporting these, but it's going to be easier than reconnecting and changing tractors all the time. And as we come up to the sell point, we've got, well, I think that looks really good on there. Those 7 bales works really, really well. And we've got the best price for these at the moment, actually. Before we sell them off, let me just show you. So price is beginning to drop here for silage bales, or for silage in general. Showing the fluctuations, though. We are, yeah, peaking at £343. We are currently selling for 344. So, yeah, we are at peak price for this. Let's just bring this up. And these won't sell until I undo these, I don't think. There we go. 17,642. That's fantastic. And that puts us over the £100,000 mark. That is brilliant. I think, though, considering how much this is beeping at me, I just need to go and put a little bit of fuel in it. Not a huge amount. Maybe just take it up to half a tank. But we need to get some fuel in this. So bring this over here. Turn the engine off. Fill us up to half a tank, which is £42. And away we go. That will just stop it beeping at us all the time. We could possibly do with something similar with our other tractor, but that would mean probably bringing it up here to do a drop off. Either that or trying to fill up our fuel tank, but we'll see how we go. So back up to our pile of bales, and it's really quite nice having this grass field next to where the bales are. The fact that we can just drive around on it in order to fill up is really useful and just makes things a darn sight easier for us. Very nice not to have that tractor beeping at us the way this one is about to. Like that. But we're going less distance with this, and we're doing less, so I'm not too worried about whether we're going to have enough fuel in this or not. If the beeping does get a bit annoying, I don't think we have any fuel left here at the farm, so it would be a case of having to take this, as I said, all the way down to the shop and get it loaded there. Can I get this in this side? Yeah, there we go. I think I said when I was doing the end of the last stack that we had 3.5 trailer fulls here. It's actually only 2.5 because I miscalculated slightly. So yeah, we've got this trailer and we've got one more to get filled. Well, we've got one more to get a bottom row onto. My stack this time isn't quite as neat as it was for the first one, but it is going on there fairly nicely. We're going to get all but 7 bales on this time, which is not a massive surprise considering we counted 21 last time. And yeah, that's going to be pretty nice, I think. Should get about another 18,000 for this trailer full of bales. Will take us up to 117,000 on here. And then a half a trailer, I think, will probably take us up to about 130,000 maybe. Which means that we need 200,000 pounds worth from our farm, which is going to be quite a stretch, I think. But there is a chance. I don't know if all of our equipment is worth 100,000 or around about that much. This tractor has 42 hours on it now. And so, yeah, maybe once was worth somewhere around a fairly large amount. I don't think it is anymore. We do have a few assets kicking around, but mostly I think it's going to be a case of I've locked the bale onto the trailer. Let's unlock that. Still locked onto the trailer. I was trying to avoid doing that. There we go. I've managed to take the plastic off one of the bales. Never mind. Right, we need to come in at a better angle than that. Oh, wow. You get that anywhere near that, and it locks on for some odd reason. Right, let's let go of that. This has gone ridiculously wrong. So, those got stuck on my... I got stuck in my straps. And it sent them everywhere. What the heck? Right, I need to sort this mess out, and then we can get back to loading this up. Okay, that's got everything sorted. Now, let's see if we can get this on here without getting stuck up in the straps, which would be good. Let go of that. Back it off. Yeah, you see, I don't understand why that suddenly became lodged in the straps just then. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. We've been loading up all day with no issue with the straps at all, and then we get in there and yeah, we get the plastic off 3 silage bales and get the 4th and get the rest to just fly about. We'll see if the rest of this goes without incident, but I think we must have been too close or something when we locked the bales down at one point, and that has just caused us a massive headache now. Watch as I take the plastic off another bale. Nope, we're fine. Right, just need to get the last 3 bales loaded up. Final bale to go onto the trailer. Oh, careful. Actually, our crops don't seem to have grown high enough to actually be affected if I drive on them. Still not wise to drive on the crops. You want to leave them as undriven on as possible. The one thing that does that does bounce back is tends to be the grass, so I'm not too worried about that. Got a couple of months before it needs cutting, and it's going to get a good set of growth come the spring. Right, that will do there. It's not that straight on, but it will get locked down like that. And then we'll move this out the way. Just 7 more bales to get done after this. And we're going to take a trip down to the shop and get this set sold. And once again, we're back down at the shop. How much is this trailer full worth? Let's find out. Off, 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 off. And off. So, yeah, about another 17,000. Fantastic. Yeah, about 17,903 is what we're at. And we were just over 100,000 before. So I think our estimate of 125 to 130,000 is going to be pretty spot on. And we're back down again to our silage bales. Let's just bring this around and park it up. There we go. And we're going to do something a little bit different here. I've got some tomatoes and some potatoes that have arrived at our gardens, and prices are actually still pretty high for both of those. So what I want to do is get all of this loaded up towards the front of the trailer and leave myself some space to load up potatoes and tomatoes at the back of the trailer. And hopefully we'll get all of this done in one last sell. It will be worth a little bit extra for us to do that, and bring in a little bit of extra cash, which could only help us in trying to get the last little bit done. I'm gonna have to grab the top of this and move it. Sometimes this clamp doesn't fully let go of the bale, and therefore when I actually just pull it apart and move it out the way, it moves the bale, which is a little bit annoying. Now we should be able to fit 4 bales on the bottom, and then we'll put 3 on the top, just to get these 7 bales on. That will then mean that we've got space at the back of the trailer. We can get the pallets on there and do that way. Am I far enough onto the trailer that I'm... See, that just... That's weird things sometimes. Yeah, and then we can just push this on. Come around a bit and in. And I'm going to have to come further around. It's really a precision piece of work, this, to get these on here as closely and as neatly as possible. You have to get all your angles right and just sort of, yeah, there we go. That should do the trick. And we want to push the other one right up against that front board. So we'll come back around and push that on like that. There we go. Oh, no. It's pulled it apart. Yeah. My angle is all wrong coming in at that back corner. We need to bring it around and come from this sort of angle, which will be fine. There we go. And in. There we are. So lock those down. And then we'll get the second set done. Last bale. Let's bring this up. And can I get it on from the back? Is my arm on my tractor long enough to do that? Oh, actually surprisingly is. I thought that was going to be much harder than it actually was. So we'll just use this to push it into place, like so. And then we can get those locked down. And then I need to go and take this and switch over to the forks so that we can go and get those last few pallets loaded up. So we've got 4 pallets of tomatoes and 2 pallets of potatoes. I'm going to grab the potatoes first because they weigh more and I want to get them right over the wheels. So let's just bring those in and collect them up. There we go. Yeah, these weigh so much more than the tomatoes. And just a real pain to try and do anything with. There we go. Should go on there fairly easily. Oh, should do. We'll push that on rather than try and lift it up again. There we go. And get the other pallet next to that. That's quite a decent amount that we're going to get off here as well for these extra pallets. Kind of really need it. I don't think we're not quite a full pallet of honey, so we can't go and sell that. But yeah, the potatoes and the tomatoes, both of these are still at best price, so both will do well. The only other thing I've got to wonder is, do I have a pallet of eggs? No. So I've got no eggs at the moment to sell either. Let's bring this, oh, yeah. Carefully onto here and down. Right, and then we can strap those on. And those are nicely over the wheels, so that'll be good. And then we just got these 4 pallets of tomatoes. We can stack 2 of them on top of the potatoes and then 2 further back. And that will load us up rather nicely. So bring this on. Down, straighten it up a little bit. There we go. Oh, wow, that went on really smoothly. And then our second one here. Grab that, put that next to it. And yeah, if we don't have a few more tomatoes, we could do the money, and we could have got them on here very, very easily. But this is going to bring in a nice little bit of extra pay. So I'm not quite going on so smoothly because I was ever so slightly off. But we're still on there. Push, nudge that a little bit further back. Right, and then we want to lock that down. And now we'll just grab the last 2. I think I'm going to have to move this tractor forward slightly, because I haven't got perfect access there. Oh, we missed a patch in the middle of that field. Right, bring you down. And in we go. I'm getting a little bit more adept at picking pallets up now. I mean, we've picked up enough of them on the old stream farm with our lettuce there for me to be getting better and better at it. But even on here, where I'm using the front loader instead of a telehandler or a skid steer or anything, I'm getting better at handling it here as well with our front loader. Although that wasn't the best, we can still come in here like so. There we go. If I get it slightly on the front of the forks, it does make it a little bit easier as well. Right, so we are gonna get this lot sold. It's a bit of a mishmash for our last load, but it is a load to get sold, which is great. The one thing I haven't sold on here is the lime. So there's a whole load of lime sitting in our stone crusher that could be sold, and there's actually some stones. It ran out of water, and so yeah, there's some stones still to be crushed in there. I am going to leave all that. It didn't pay us massively well last time, so I don't think it's going to make much difference. Not as much difference as this load here is going to make. 2,000 litres of tomatoes, 2,000 litres of potatoes, and 24,500 litres of silage. So how much is this all worth? Let's find out. Let's bring this on to here. Everything's emptying out. We'll sell those as well. They are still selling through. Yeah, potatoes are all gone. Tomatoes are now selling off. And, oh wow, can we hit the 130? I think we're going to be shy. Yep. Oh no, 129,000. 265. So 11,365 everything on our trailer was worth there. And yeah, that's a really, really nice amount. 129,265 is the total from our produce. So let's head back down to the farm, and we're going to calculate how much the rest of our farm is worth after we've paid off our loan. So back down to the farm and just bringing the tractors together and all of our equipment back. We have quite a large amount of equipment here, surprisingly. More than I'd realized, really. We've got a decent amount. So first thing I want to do in finishing off here is get the loan paid off. So we'll head into here and we are just going to repay down as much of this as we can. I think we're going to end up with, £4,000 roughly. So we made 92,000 in January. So that sell-off has been massive. In fact, we made 20,000 the previous 2 months each. So we've made 132,000 over this year's sell-off. So I think that no matter where we are at the end of this, there is enough money there in order to actually make enough to pay the rest of this loan if you wanted to. I need now to get myself some calculation and see what we have insofar as money-wise. So let's go through. The first thing we've got then, looking at this, is we have the land that we're on. So the land we are on, that is field area 26. We only own area 26. Its value is £85,000. So that is the first bit of stuff we have. Next, we need to start looking through the value of our machinery, I think. That'll be the next easiest one to do. Easiest way to do that is to pop into here and to look at the own section. We actually have the bag lifter hired. So yeah, that's interesting. The tractors are up first. We've got our Massey Ferguson MF 3709AL at 21,856. Added to that is our brewer, which is only 6,647. I'd forgotten that tractor was that cheap. Harvesters, we got our John Deere 4400 diesel tool exhaust. That is 12,392. Then we've got our car, which is worth a whopping £780. Wow. That's because we've got a ridiculous amount of hours on that. Our trailer is worth 4,746. Our header for our combine is worth 3,151. Our stone picker is worth 11,188. So add that in. Our mulcher is 2,821. The plow is 5,943. The cedar is 6,859. Our roller is 2,690. The fertilizer spreader, 2,286. Our roller is 3,187. The mower is 4,331. The baler is 13,421. The bale wrapper is another 13,794. The chainsaw is 500. Forestry equipment, we've got our stump grinder at 16,830. The animal tray, the water trailer is 1,938. Front loader is 2,610. Several front loader tools, so 1,092 for the bale grab, 1,058 for the bucket, 947 for the pallet forks, and 393 for the bale spike. I think, yep, that is all of those. Our weights, our 10 winkle is 2,980. And our Agco weight is 371. Wow, that must be really... It's got 9 hours on it. We've hardly used the other one. That's the one that's sitting up at the shop. And then under miscellaneous, we've got our mobile fuel tank, which is 1,544. We've got our front hydraulic, which is 1,353. And then finally, we've got our Brockman trailer, which is 1,112. So that is all of our equipment. And then finally, what we have to work out, or we have to try and work out, is the value of our buildings. So let's pop back into here. And I think if I select these, yeah, it tells me the value. So the water tank is 1,388. Our barn is 2,314. Our silos are 3,755. The stone crusher is 6,919. The house, that is 461. A little house has been really useful. The gardens, the first garden is 962. So the second one should be about the same. Yep. Then we've got our greenhouse over here as well. That is worth 4,629. And then our free range chicken area is worth 965. And we've got a couple of beehives. So 2,116 for that first little one nested in there. Our beehive cell location is 240. And finally, up here, we've got the beehives here, which is 6,013. So there we go. That is the total value of our farm. So our land, our equipment. Oh, one more bit. There's this. Let's just work out the price of that as well. 469. So there we go. Our full value of our farm then is a whopping 307,730 pounds. So if we were to sell everything off, we would easily cover our loan. So I'll take the remaining 205,000 pound loan off that to give us, from our starting point of just £50 and a truck that is worth next to nothing, We have made, over the course of this series, a whopping £102,000. I am prepared to class that as a win. I think that we have managed to take nothing and make quite a bit out of it. I am so stoked. That was worth so much more than I expected. And on that fantastic note, that is where we're going to end this series. We have made a huge profit starting from just £50. And yeah, this has been fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed this series as much as I have. It has been an absolute blast doing a survival series here on No Man's Land. But this, as they say, is where all good things come to an end. And I hope you've enjoyed the series. And at this point, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.